Okay, here we go. We have Hayley here. I just met Hayley yesterday.
Yeah.
I just jumped into her and said, hey, I want to do an interview to you. And she was very open, straight away agreed. So here we are. I want that you introduce yourself, Hayley, please, to the people who's going to listen to us in South America and here in England.
Hello guys, I am Hayley Madigan. I'm 35 years old. I would say, personal trainer by trade. I've trained people for 15 years.
Okay.
And now I have my own fitness app. I was a school teacher,
great.
a PE teacher, so for our younger generation. I lasted 4 years because it's hard.
Yes, I used to be a teacher. Yeah, I know what is that. I know what is that.
And yeah, I've been training pretty much since I was 14.
Oh, great. Okay, and what kind of studies did you do to become a personal trainer?
Yeah, so I did sports science at university, so
Okay.
sports and exercise science degree, and then we do our level 2, level 3
Okay.
personal training, and then also our strength and conditioning and nutrition on top of that.
Okay.
And I find it such an amazing job that you have to learn on the job with personal training.
Definitely.
Obviously you could know everything, but when you've never had people in front of you to be able to train them and understand how they work, then a lot of people nowadays are just becoming online coaches, but they
Yeah.
don't have the background knowledge of training people one-to-one. So when I was 21, I started training people in a local gym in Portsmouth.
okay, okay.
Fitness First, if you've ever heard
Fitness,
of it.
yeah, of course. I used to go there, yeah, a long time ago.
And then I started training everyone that I could, and I absolutely loved it. But now it's obviously, with the current climate, things are better online, aren't
Yeah,
they? So
of course.
we built an app
Oh,
to train women.
great. Okay, but you do still personal, like face-to-face personal
No,
training? No more?
no, I stopped that. Yeah, so
Okay.
since COVID.
Yeah, okay.
Because fitness influencing has taken over as well. So being able to post online and
Yes.
reach more people online,
That's true.
something that I absolutely love.
Okay, great.
And yeah, I don't no longer train people in person. I do miss it slightly,
yeah.
but I do love how we can reach so many people online and how many women we can help
Yeah, of course. That's
everywhere
true.
in the world.
That's great. Okay, so my first question is, what first got you into fitness, and when did it shift from our personal passion, I think, to something more professional?
Love that. So my dad taught me how to lift weights when I was about 13, 14 years old. We had a multi-gym in the front room. My dad always trained. And obviously as a girl, I was like, what are you doing? I want to do that. And I was always really sporty. I played football for Portsmouth Ladies, and I loved football. I loved sport. But I was always quite slim. You know, naturally
Yes, naturally slim, okay.
And I remember being at school and people were like, oh, you're such a twig, and oh, you're so small, and bullying me for it. And I was like, Dad, I need some muscle. And so it took me a very long time to build a tiny bit of bicep, because naturally I don't build muscle that quickly. And it was stemmed from kind of like watching my dad do it in the front room, but also wanting to improve myself and be stronger. And I was never brought up thinking women are weak. I was always brought up knowing that women are empowered and strong, and that we can do whatever men do. That's what we like.
That's good. I like that. I like that.
So yeah, it turned professionally after my aim was always to be a PE teacher, always. So I did the degree and I did the teaching certificate, and then I kind of fell out of love with it because it's very hard, especially in an inner city school in Portsmouth. It's more behaviour management than teaching the younger generation.
I understand.
I'm not built for that. But I did a bit of personal training out of university because I fell in love with the gym. Because I'd always trained at home, and then I didn't step foot in a gym until I was about 18, 19, and I was like, oh, what's this? You know, as a woman as well, and you're a bit unconfident, and you're like, I don't know. My dad taught me lateral raise, shoulder press, you know, only a few, so I had to learn myself. And then I saw other women, you know, kind of pick it up, but also be unconfident in the gym, so I knew that I could help them.
That's a big difference, right? When you feel comfortable in the gym. Yes, I know, because
100%.
you know, you see the big guys, you feel like kind of
it's
intimidated, you know?
intimidating.
Yeah, it is.
And every place, anywhere across the world that I've trained, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay. After we are going to come back to that, but
Yeah.
do you follow any personal philosophy when it comes to health training or lifestyle that guide your choices?
Oh, I love that question. So, what I've learned over the years, obviously my journey has changed. I used to compete in bodybuilding, so I was a bikini girl for 3 years, and that led me down a downward spiral of very unhealthy habits. So overtraining, not eating enough, of course, because obviously we
Yes,
have to
I
be
understand
shredded.
that, yes.
And unfortunately, that led me down to not liking my body, having a bad relationship with food, and over-exercising.
okay.
And so it took me about 5 years to channel out of that and understand that what we do is to be stronger and healthier and happier, and it should be about what we look like.
Okay.
And so the philosophy I find that I train because it makes me feel strong,
Yes,
and
I
it
know what
makes
you
me feel empowered, and I know that if I have a workout and I lift weights, I'm going to have a really good day that day, and I know that will make me feel much happier, and it will lead into better things in my personal life, in my family life, in my job.
Okay.
And I find when we're overthinking, oh, I have to train to fit in this dress, or I have to train
Yes,
to be a
yes,
certain
it's completely
size,
changed.
it's a bad philosophy, you know, and it's a negative outlook. And I feel like even training, whether you're rock climbing or climbing mountains, it needs to be for the inner peace. And I noticed that philosophy is a really enjoyable way to look at it in a different way, as opposed to my body aesthetically. And it's more about how you feel.
I like that. You
And what your
know?
body can do.
Yes,
I
I
love how, you know, like a woman can do pull-ups and she can
Yes.
sprint really fast
Yes,
and,
yes, yes,
and carry all the shopping bags,
yes.
you know? I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do stuff that men can do, you know?
Yeah.
And I want to be that person that actually, no, I'm okay, I'll do it myself because I'm a strong, independent woman.
Yeah.
And I find that we need to be like that, just to, especially as an independent woman, even though I'm just married, I'll always be, no, I want to do that because that's how I was brought up. Is I'll do it myself, no matter if I'm a woman, I can do it.
Great, I like that, you know, and for me, is that what you mentioned to me, it's important that it's better to feel happier with your body and the relationship with food, and not thinking about, because I have to fit into this dress or into this kind of like culture shape specific that we have to look like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Because there's a lot of pressure on women all the time, right?
Loads.
It's
Even
everywhere
here,
around.
in Europe,
Do you
you know?
notice it more in Europe?
No, actually, it's more in South America. Here is more relaxed, believe me.
Really?
Yeah, that's a big difference.
That breaks my heart because then I know that it's even worse for women everywhere, obviously.
Sometimes I don't give you look, you know, other Arabic countries and, you know,
Yes,
you go
exactly.
back,
Yeah, that's another thing.
But actually here is kind of similar question, but you already answered more or less. What does feminine strength mean to you? Not just physically, but emotionally or even spiritually.
I love that. So it means that I'm strong enough to do whatever I set my mind to, and I think female strength comes in so many different ways, not just physically, but obviously mentally, and that we can achieve whatever we set our minds to. And I always like when people think we can't.
Yes.
And I will prove you wrong because I can. and I've always lived by that. And when I played football, when I was a kid, I was in the boys team.
Yeah.
And I was like, just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I can't do it. And I've always kind of used that as an emotional strength as well. And I find it just so empowering to lift weights that it carries on to my everyday life. And crosses over in so many different things that you don't realise. Like the ability to walk down the street and be confident when there's a group of men walking to you. As sad as that may sound, a woman will go, oh God, a threat, or do I need to cross over? But it's having that self-confidence to live your life in every aspect, and having that confidence that you're strong enough to get out of situations, in relationships, in everything, in jobs, and know that you're strong enough to have that job position, or that you can leave that relationship, you know. And I feel like it carries on. Female strength is not, is physical is only a small part.
But you know what, you mentioned something that reminds me. I was in Panama, and because it's hot weather, you are with short sleeves and everything.
Bra.
And you know, you can imagine, for a macho society, 3 men approached to me. One of them was American, but they say, you know, I don't want to be rude with you, but I love your body, it's amazing. So which is good, because sometimes women think, oh no, you look like a man.
No, I want to look like that. I want to look muscly.
Yes, and the men like that. There you are, you see.
And that's also the men have come up to, so they've said it in an appropriate way.
Oh yes, completely.
Because a lot of the time it's not said in
I know
an
what you mean.
appropriate
No.
manner.
They always approach to me like, okay, but it's nice to see sometimes, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
It's good.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah. Okay, this one. Do you think the perception of women in fitness is changing? And maybe what would you like to see more?
Yeah, so I think obviously I'm 35, so I'm a millennial. And obviously when I stepped foot in the gym, there was no women. No, no women in the weight section like you. I'm sure you know. Everyone on the cardio bunny, on the cross trainer, and now because of social media, women are coming into the weights area, and I see it in this gym, and I love it. Women are wearing what they want, they're feeling confident, and they're lifting weights, and they're more confident to do so. So I definitely think it's transitioning into a better way. There is a lot of like focus on growing your bum and things like this, social media, and you're like, okay, but if that makes a woman feel good, then do it.
It's important,
you
right?
know. So I do see it in a positive manner, and I do see a lot more women in the gym, and a lot more women wanting to go for a run, wanting to move their bodies, and doing it for them and not how they look. And I see that transition because I guess when I was growing up, it was skinny, be skinny, be skinny, be skinny. And I was still lifting, but I wanted to be tiny, you know. And I think now, because of body positivity and neutrality, that you coming into that, it's not about how you look, and it's how you feel. And if you want to lift weights, then you know, and it will always benefit your body. It will increase your muscle, increase your bone strength, and your health, and your cardio health, which is amazing. But there's starting to be a shift. It's not just how you look, and I think that's giving women a lot more ability to step foot in the gym.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's lovely, and I think that's the power of social media now.
It has
see
good
that.
positive and negative, but only the positive is nice to show women.
There's a lot of negatives.
But you know, we focus on the positive, like your app, for example.
Exactly.
You create your app, and now you have your client there, and you can reach more people and manage your own time
around the world. 100%. Professionally, it's a lot easier. And you can post as much as you want. You can create as much as you want, and it's accessible for everyone. Which is what we love.
Great. Yesterday, you mentioned to me that you have your own brand of clothes.
No. So I'm sponsored by them. So Honor Active is incredible. Like, I love their pieces. So I'm one of their athletes. So I film content for them and post about them, and I live in their stuff.
Yes. Okay, good. Okay, I understand. Okay. And the last question is, what is next for you and your mission in fitness and wellness?
Isn't it? I want to have a baby.
Oh, great, of course. That's very important.
So I've got to that age range where I'm like, I should probably have one now. You know? And I think that opens so many more doors to learn how to be strong when you're pre and postnatal. And I think that's an incredible thing for a woman to go through, and hard at the same time. And I think that would open my mind up to how women and mums out there are doing such an incredible job, and navigate that around still doing my strength training, and navigate that around still lifting, and wanting to say it's okay, you know, you can do pull-ups whilst I'm 8 months pregnant. And I'd love that. That would be but then also it's difficult, you know, it's a very hard time for women, so I want to be able to understand that and then transition that into my app and create pre and postnatal plans.
That's
like
great.
That.
That's good.
Women need that support, you know, and they can and they understand that they can train whilst they're pregnant and move their bodies. But I think that's my focus at the moment. And obviously grow, keep growing mentally, physically, and keep the app growing and meeting new people.
There you are. This is something I like. You remind me. You know, I had just one daughter, but when I was pregnant, I did exercise because all my life I've done it. So I did abs, and some of the women are like, "Why are you doing abs?" I say, "And my personal trainer, because a personal trainer she look, she has done it the whole life. You know now
she's allowed to do it.
It's allowed because she has this strength.
She's done it.
But it is important to keep
the strength going. A lot of people think, I better train, I'm pregnant. But if you've not done
you know that before.
You probably shouldn't. But we're trained individuals. You want to still keep going, and you know you can. Like you said, you can, and I think it's a good display of female strength.
I love that idea that you have that after maybe to do some like this, your same app for pregnant women and after pregnancy.
Definitely. That's so important, isn't it? And I think there's not enough out there.
No, definitely not.
So that is 100% at the top of the list. Okay. And we'll see if we get pregnant.
I'm sure the timing will come and it's perfect. You know, you will see.
Yes, what will be.
Yeah, excellent. Hayley, I don't know, you want to say something to anybody just to close? Like maybe what are the 3 words that are important when you want to be fit, when you want to be happy with yourself? I mean, in wellness, like 3 words. I think there are like 3 keywords or 4. I don't know.
Keywords. So empowered always makes me feel incredible.
Definitely, I love that word.
And strong, of course. just mentally more so than physically. I love to be strong internally, and also what a woman has to go through her period. You know, every day of the month I'm a different person. So I guess inspiring to others. So that we all as women can inspire others, no matter how our journey goes and no matter where we are in our journey. We should all inspire others, because I see girls that have just stepped foot in the gym and they're starting to lift and they're inspiring me. So I'm like, well done girl, you've got that. You're going for it. And I'm like, if she can do it, then I can still do it.
Actually, for that reason, I'm interviewing Hayley here because when I saw her at the gym and I saw, my God, what amazing body, and sometimes it's not easy to see someone of 35 already with a good body, because it's when you are getting older that you are more conscious. So I love to see you there, and I saw, oh, that girl, I love that girl. I have to interview her and just to meet you.
When I saw you from afar, I saw those arms. I was like, ooh.
So no, I love to meet different people. As I told you before, I live in different countries. So something I love is just always to interact with people and know about them and.
And I think a gym is a really good place to do
definitely,
that.
Definitely.
Especially meet women and strong women, and it's amazing to hear their background and where they've come from. And it's like a unite. If you see a girl lifting, it's like a community. Unite.
Exactly. Like a
straight
community.
away, you're my friend if you bicep girl.
Exactly. I know it. It's just instant. You see, like, okay, that girl can help. So anyway. Thank you so much, Hayley. Really lovely to meet you. Thank you for having us in your life, at least 10 minutes. And we wish you all the best in her honeymoon. She's going for her honeymoon next week. So we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you.